go, friends. Grab a snack, grab some popcorn, because we are in for a long one, because we are here for a vacation plan with me. And if you don't know, vacation plan with me tend to be quite long, because I'm going to tell you about all the fun times that I had, especially because this is a fun, exciting, first time in my life trip, where me and my sister went on vacation together for literally the first time in our adult lives, just the two of us. And we're hoping to make a, like, tradition of it, and we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna be using the Force kit from SPC, which is kind of tragic to be using it because I have so many boxes that I won't be using. However, my sister did place an order with me, which is so cute. And so I'm gonna save all of the full boxes and just toss them into her order because I think she'll like them. I don't know what she'll do with them, but I think they'll make her smile. So I will be doing that. But here we go. We're gonna just jump right on into it. I'm not gonna talk a whole ton about what I'm doing. Foil wise, I'm gonna be using the Galaxy bundle in black. I have some custom quotes. I have the magic icons, and otherwise I'm not really gonna talk much about it. And I have customs in font choice 9 because we have a lot otherwise to talk about. I feel like every video I film this week, I do need to put up the preface that I am feeling a little bit under the weather. I did get a little bit sick on this trip, so if I'm breaking to like have to like cut to cough or take a sip of water, I do apologize. But this is gonna be the 20th through the 26th. So basically, Monday I had this whole big plan that I was gonna sleep all day, blah blah blah. Was gonna be doing a 24-hour reading challenge the day before, which if you missed that, I failed, okay? I'm a failure. I failed big time on that. And I woke up at like 9 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, okay, like I'll take a nap, and I also failed at doing that. So basically, the way flights worked out, for me to get to the airport, my sister was getting there at around like 11 in the morning or something, 10 or 11. And all of the flights for me to leave on Tuesday when we were getting there, we're getting there like in the evening. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that. So I found a flight the night prior that I was going to get to Orlando super early in the morning. And I was like, whatever, like that might suck, but I'd rather be there like earlier in the day. So whatever. I got groceries in the morning with Chris, and then we wanted to just like spend the day together. So, but I also was like, I don't want to do anything like super, like I don't want to go anywhere. Like I just want to relax because I'm going to have like, I'm going to be up for like 36 hours minimum. So I just want to like vibe. So we just laid in bed and played Mario Kart, which was super fun. Hadn't played in a while. And then we went to like our favorite ramen spot. I was not super hungry because we had gotten like prepared soups at the grocery store to eat for lunch, and I got broccoli cheddar, which was very stupid of me, and it gave me a really bad stomach ache because I'm lactose intolerant. So I wasn't super hungry. So I just got some edamame, whatever. We stopped at Half Price Books, and then I went to the airport. It was a real experience. There was some like really like wild situation. Like I am not one to like judge parenting because I'm not a parent, so I don't really think I have like a leg to stand on. But this is something that comes up twice in this trip, is like one thing that I like kind of will judge is if like I don't think there's ever really a circumstance where like a stranger's children should be touching me, people I know, other people that aren't part of their party. They should not be like climbing on them, being on top of them. Like I just don't think that that's like acceptable personally, because I don't like being touched, so I feel like it like gives me anxiety. But I understand these kids were very tired. It was a late night flight, kept getting delayed, whatever, but they were like encroaching closer and closer. And then on the airplane, the mom fell asleep and the kids were just straight up like throwing food at people. At one point, one of the kids tossed an empty Pringles can behind him, and I was of course 2 rows behind them, and it literally hit me in the head. It was wild. But I read a little bit on the plane, whatever. I landed in Denver, kind of sat there for a while, waited for my next flight, and then whenever I got to Orlando, I had like a few hours until Haley got there, so I was just kind of hanging out, and then she flew in JetBlue, and they just have moved JetBlue to like a new terminal that's of course not attached to the regular terminal, so we're like, she's taking like a trolley over, and we can't find each other. It was literally like, where's Waldo? So I literally marked, where's Waldo? Found my sister, we reunited, got the Uber, which was great. We went, and thankfully our hotel room was ready. We actually got the notification that our room was ready at like 10 a.m. So that was pretty awesome. We were able to go to the hotel, we were able to get ready, and then we went down to Disney Springs. We got Chicken Guy, and we did some shopping, and then, oh my god. This, okay, I understand. I feel like I'm having a lot of disclaimers because I sound like a bitch, but I understand that the DVC people's job is to like try to sell DVC. But, this guy was so pushy about it to the point that I was like uncomfortable, and so I absolutely hated that. And then we went back to the hotel room and just kind of like hung out and just vibed because I was exhausted, she was exhausted, she still had like a pretty early flight that day, so we just hung out. And I will say the reason I am sick is because the weather was abysmal. It was like 32, windy and rainy pretty much every day besides Friday, but it didn't stop us from having a great time with each other. So we took an Uber over to the boardwalk, and then we went to Trattoria El Forno, which is like really yummy Italian food. Which scene do I want to use? I have like many options. I think I'm just gonna use this one with the Death Star, because I'm not using a lot of full boxes, so I'm not gonna use this other one with Boba Fett and Darth Vader. I will probably use the one with C-3PO because that's both of our favorite character. Okay, I'm not going to be using this scene, so that can also get out of here. Okay, so yeah, so we went to Trattoria El Forno. We ate like the bread, which was delicious, and then we both got the gnocchi, which was delicious. Then we went back to the hotel, and we both just like passed out. It was so glorious to go to sleep. Wednesday was our Hollywood Studios day. It was, again, bad weather, but it was fine. Whenever we got to, not Epcot, what is it called? Okay, I'm just gonna put, what are we gonna use? I'm definitely gonna use this guy here, and then I think C-3PO and, R2-D2, and then maybe Leia, because girl power. And okay, so then what do I want to put here? Kind of like Yoda, so we'll do this one with Yoda on it, I guess. Okay, so whenever we got there, it was one good thing about the weather is that the days that it was raining, the lines were pretty short, so we were able, oh, there's a box that has just Yoda. We'll leave it. Anywho, so we did that, and then we had our first lightning lane of Rock and Roller Coaster, which super funny situation happened. Haley was not, it's funny because nobody was mad. Haley was not paying attention. She was like trying to take a picture of something, and she literally like ran straight into a woman's back. Haley was so embarrassed and just kept apologizing. The lady was like, it's fine, I wasn't paying attention either. And it was completely fine, but it was hilarious. Well, on Rock and Roller Coaster, and then when we got off Rock and Roller Coaster, it's pretty cool. There was just like a bunch of really random characters, and from like what I've heard, it typically means that they are training, and we got to just randomly run into Rafiki, Big Al, Piglet, Mr. Shmee, and Stitch, which if you know, you know, but that was super fun getting to meet all of those characters. We went on Tower of Terror for a second time. I got a cream cheese pretzel, which those are fucking bomb diggity. I gotta start getting those more. So yummy. It was so rainy and cold, so I did mark the rain bullshit because it was something. We went and did... went and met these Star Wars characters. We met Chip and Dale. We went on Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. We went to the Backlot Express, and Haley had gotten earlier in the day corn dog nuggets, and I had not eaten anything yet. Or no, I had that pretzel. And then our dinner reservation wasn't until 8:30, so we were both like kind of getting hungry, so we shared a like chicken tender meal, which was delish at Backlot Express. We went and saw the Frozen show, we saw the Muppet show, we went on Toy Story Mania, which I like PB'd on, which was pretty cool. So we did that. We met the Pixar characters. We went on Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Unfortunately, Rise of the Resistance kept going down all day, so that was really annoying. And then we went on Aliens Rolling Saucers, which Haley then said she literally never wants to go on again, and it was horrible. And then we had our surprise dinner. Well, it wasn't like a surprise to me because like I planned it, but I had not told her any details on it. And we went to the Hoop-Dee-Doo musical review. When we were on the bus, I spilled the beans as to where we were going, because I remembered that whenever you get to the Fort Wilderness, you do have to like tell the bus driver where you're going, because it has like an internal bus loop. And so I was gonna have to tell her, so I told her, I'm like, yeah, we're going to the Hoop-Dee-Doo. And she's like, okay, can you like give me more information? And so I'm like, it's dinner and a show. And she's like, okay, cool, but like, can you give me more information? And if you've been to Hoop-Dee-Doo, you understand that I was just like, no, like I literally cannot give you any further information, because I can't really like describe it. All I can say is you're gonna take pictures and videos, and then whenever we leave, you're gonna be like, I did not take enough pictures and videos to explain this to anybody. And that was pretty much her reaction, but she said it was amazing, and anybody who comes should do it at least once in their life, or like every time they go, because she abso-freaking-lutely loved it. So I was really happy about that. It was really fun. It was just like such good laughs. It's just a good for your soul, like belly laugh moment. Thursday was something. It was very, and I mean very miserable, if I'm being honest with you. This was the worst rain-wise. It just didn't let up all day long, literally all day long. It was just raining and cold, and ugh. So we got to Epcot. I did go and get my magnet. I was kind of annoyed at Epcot because Spaceship Earth was down all day, Test Trick was down, Remy kept going down. There was just so much down, which was kind of annoying, but we still made the best of it and had a great day, of course, because that's what you do when you're with your sister. So this looks cute. We first went and, well, every day we started the day with getting Haley a Starbucks. She found her new favorite Starbucks order, which was pretty cool. I think it was called a blonde hazelnut latte, maybe? Something blonde. So... and also on her whole trip, out of all the Starbucks trips, they only got her name spelled right one time. So we got her Starbucks, and then while she was drinking that, I was like, okay, let's go get my pass holder magnet, because it had just like became live like the day prior, which was pretty great timing, honestly. And it's so funny. It's Raymond from... It's Raymond from Princess and the Frog, so like the stupid little lightning bug. So he's so funny looking, but I was really excited about that character. I actually lost my most recent one, which was Stitch. I don't know where it is. I have looked anywhere I think I could have put it, and I'm just like not finding it. So, but I did swiftly put Ray on my refrigerator with the rest of them. And he looks cute there. So we went and got my magnet, and then our first thing for the day was Living with the Land, which lines were crazy this day. Living with the Land, like at some points had like a 40-minute wait, which like if you're a Disney person, you know that that's a wild behavior for Living with the Land. Like, okay. I mean, I love Living with the Land, but not like a 40-minute wait. I don't think it's like that good. Anywho, so we went on Living with the Land, and then we started walking around the countries a little bit. And then we were walking around the countries waiting until our breakfast reservation. It was like an 11 o'clock breakfast, nothing crazy. But we did have the character princess dining at Akershus Royal Banquet Hall in Norway, which is super fun. It's like, the food is more, I'm assuming, like authentically Norwegian in the evening hours when you're able to get, like, the menu is just more like, the menu is harder for me to understand. So I think that would, I think I'm gonna just pop this on Leia. It might cover her face a little, but it says look like a princess, fight like a Jedi. It's fine. Oh my god, I forgot I had quotes I wanted to use. Ugh, it's fine. It's fine. I'll just put Sissy Trip here on Vader. It's fine. Forgot about him. My bad. Basically for the breakfast, it's pretty much just like normal breakfast food, plus like the pastries come with like some like Norwegian cheeses and like a salmon spread. I don't know. Neither of us eat fish, so we did not partake in the salmon spread. But then there's like these Norwegian waffles, which are so yummy and cinnamony and delicious, and I just, loved it. She really liked it too, and it is like a character meal, so it is quite expensive. However, if you do have little ones, I think like one of our favorite things on this trip was just like seeing the core memories that all of these little kids are making, like, oh my god. So basically, we got to meet Jasmine, Tiana, Belle, Cinderella, and Ariel, like 5 princesses, which would take a lot of time out of someone's day if they have a princess-loving person in their party. So, highly recommend. Then we did go and meet Donald. We were going to go on the 3 Caballeros, but that was also down, so that was really annoying. We walked around the countries. We did Soarin', we did Guardians. And then at this point, like, we were just kind of over it, honestly. Like, we were cold and miserable. Not like miserable, but we were just like cold, and we had soggy shoes. We're like, let's go. We're walking, we're finishing up the countries, and then I was like, okay, we have like our Figment Lightning Lane, and then the only other thing we were like seeing if Spaceship Earth reopened, and maybe gonna wait in line for Ratatouille and Mission Space, which nobody cares about. And our Figment thing was about to like be up, so I'm gonna zoom in, we'll do the day by day. So we were heading towards Figment. So I was like, well, Figment's like a non-issue. We'll be able to get on that like right now. Do I need anything from there? No. No, don't need that. Don't need that. I will need 1 page flag. Okay. So basically, we talked it out and we decided that our best course of action was to finish up the countries, go on Figment, and then we did get the like virtual queue to go on Guardians a second time, but like it was still like over an hour before our queue was probably going to be called, and we were just like, let's go. Let's just go. Let's not like make this harder on ourselves. Let's just go. So we went and I was like, oh my god, I'm pretty sure there's a Winnie the Pooh meet and greet back here. Like, do you want to go do it? And I was like, I heard that the line's like, nobody really knows where he is, so the line is really short. And she was like, yeah, let's go see what the line is. And there was literally 1 family in line. So we went and met Pooh, and then I bought a Pooh sweater because Pooh's just so cute, it hurts. So, of course, we went and did that, and then we went on Figment, which Haley was also like, what the fuck is this? She was not a fan of Figment, in case you wondered. She did not like it. And then we went back to the hotel, and we just kind of like hung out. I like I set up the blow dryer that comes with the room to like blow dry our shoes because they were so sopping wet. And like if we were gonna be able to walk down to dinner later, we were gonna like need our shoes to like dry out a little bit. That's where we were at with like the shoe situation. I did all of this in a very weird order, whatever. So we went and So we went back to the room, I dried out our shoes, we like read our books. Basically, there was this one book that she had read that she really wanted me to read. And I was like, well, I don't know if I'll like it because me and her don't like super agree on books, if I'm being honest with you. So it's like, you bring it to Disney, and then whatever book you can just read something on my Kindle so that you don't have to, if you like run out of books. So the book she was actually reading physically, I had on my Kindle, and I was like, do you want to try it out? And she was like, sure, why not? She's sold, she wants to buy a Kindle now, but she basically, I was reading her book, she was reading my Kindle, and it was a grand old time. And then we did head down to the like quick service at the restaurant. We were staying at All Star Sports in the tennis rooms. Hee hee hee. She matches so good with this. So we went down and got just chicken tenders and fries, which was yummy. And then we came back to the room and read some more. And then Friday was our Magic Kingdom day, and it was like God was shining down on us, honestly. It was finally like, I'm using the term warm loosely because I don't think that like 50 degrees is like warm by any means. Like, I'm not that insane, but compared to the previous days, having been pretty much like 30s, 50 felt like amazingness, you know. It felt like the greatest thing that there ever was on planet Earth. And it was sunny, there was no rain, it was wild. However, I do think because Disney did recently do away with the having to like reserve which park you were going to, the like reservation system, they aren't doing that anymore. And so I do think because people could kind of go wherever they want, whenever they want, I think that led to a lot of people rearranging their trip, which I totally understand. I would have done the same thing if I was on their vacation. And I had any days that were like down days. I think everybody moved their down days to be those 2 really rainy days, so that they could be at the park when it was nice out, because Magic Kingdom was crazy. I mean insanity, craziness. It was so busy. Like, rides that nobody really, not that nobody cares about, but like, like the teacups was like, which like, I like the teacups, nothing against the teacups. It's usually a pretty short wait. Oh no. The carousel, like all of these things were like 30-40 minute waits. It was so busy, but ton of fun. Our first lightning lane was for the Pirates of the Caribbean, so we went over to do that, which was fun. Our ride photo, we both look like so grouchy, but it's just because we were both like bearing down for possibly getting wet. We're like, no. And so instead we just look like we hate our lives, which it's like a comical. Like we got the picture and we're like, wow, we look thrilled to be at Disney World. So it was just really funny. We went on that, and then we had some time to kill until our next lightning lane, which was not Pirates of the Caribbean. We just got off of that, which was Haunted Mansion. And so we did go see the new Country Bear Jamboree show, which I've heard was really good. The old show, I have only ever seen the old rendition of it one time because Andrea dragged me onto it, which like I'm glad for, because I'm glad to say I have at least seen the old show. But I will say I do much prefer the new show where we get like the Disney songs that we know and love with more of like a twang to them. I thought that that was like really like a fun, I thought that was like a fun way to make the country bears feel more relevant, because I feel like Haley's like, who even are these country bears? Like, what are they from? So I feel like it was like a fun way to give them new life, I guess. So we did do that, and then we did go on Haunted Mansion, which again, we look like miserable little assholes in our photo. And then we went on Space Mountain, which was fun per usual. And then we went on People Mover, which again had like a crazy long line. However, I do think that the People Mover line was only as long as it was when we went on. I think it had just reopened because on the like app, when I looked, I was like, what even is this wait time? When I looked at the app, it said that it was closed. So I think that that was part of the issue. Also, we had horrible luck with the Disney transportation. On the day that we were going, this day that I'm like putting stuff down to Hollywood Studios, we were waiting in the rain for like quite some time. Or no, not on this day, on Wednesday. We were waiting in the rain for like quite some time. And then whenever they, like, we saw like many buses for every other park come and go, and eventually somebody did come out and basically, like, they said because of the weather, but I don't know bus, like, how buses work, so I don't know like how accurate this is, but they were basically saying that due to like the weather, the brakes weren't working on the bus that was supposed to come get us, so they were like sending a different bus or something. I don't know, sounded quite spooky. So we patiently waited for our new bus. Well, we were patiently waiting, but then they didn't like give like an ETA on how long the bus was going to be. So there was plenty of days where we just swiftly were like, we're just going to pay for an Uber, because we just can't be like, the Ubers are all like under $10 to get to the park. And I'm like, to not have to wait in the rain is worth $10, $5 for each of us. Like, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes you just have to do what's going to be best for the soul. But anywho, we went on People Mover because it's one of my favorite attractions, and then we did go to the Monsters Inc. laugh floor because Haley absolutely loves the Monsters Inc. laugh floor. So we did that, and the little girl who got picked to be Boo was so freaking cutie pie. And then we did the teacups, and then we did the Philhar Magic, which I had not seen it since they added the like Coco scene, so that was fun to get to see that since I had not seen it before. And then on this trip, oh, I forgot to tell you guys about something at Epcot. So the day before at Epcot, we made a mistake, okay? We were trying to hide from the rain, and we were walking past the like America Pavilion. We're like, okay, let's just like run in here. And Haley's like, oh, there's a show. And Haley loves a show. Haley loves a live entertainer show. Haley does not love an animatronic show. And like, I didn't realize that there was that distinction in her like feelings towards them until it was too late. So we go into the American Adventure, and it's like this animatronic show with Benjamin Franklin and Mark Twain. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not like a history buff. I don't really know what I know that he like wrote like Tom Sawyer, but like other than that, I don't got any info on this man. So we're just like sitting down, and Haley's like, what is this? And I'm like, oh yeah, like this is what we're doing, hee. And I looked it up, and it's like this 30-minute show, and like we're in the middle of the like theater. There's like, without disturbing people, there's no way for us to get up. And it was horrible, and I don't recommend at all. I thought it was awful, and I didn't like anything about it, if I'm being honest with you. But we did that on our Epcot day as well. Couldn't let that be forgotten. But the Philhar Magic was fun because it's like if you haven't been on it, it is like a 4D show. Like you get like splattered with water, like you can smell some things, and it's fun. it's a fun time. It's very cute. And we had a great time doing it. So we did that. We did go on the teacups. I don't know if I mentioned that. And we got them bitches going. We got them going fast, you know. It was fantastic. And then we did Enchanted Tales with Belle, which is another thing that I had never done before. And basically, this is like a interactive show is kind of how I would describe it. It was super fun getting to see, like, super cute getting to see all of the kids. Also, another thing that happened, I like didn't mark absolutely everything in here because like I didn't want to use extenders. Something that happened on Wednesday when we were at Hollywood Studios was we were walking through Batuu, which is the Star Wars area, and we saw Kylo Ren walking around with stormtroopers, and he was like intimidating people, whatever, and he was like, get out of my way. And everybody like moves out of the way, like fans out, and as they fans out, these 3 little boys all dressed up like Jedis with lightsabers all like run, not like run, but they all walk up to him and like draw their lightsabers like they're gonna like save the day. And it was so precious. So precious. So precious. I like couldn't take it. It was so cute. So that was fun. But in Enchanted Tales with Belle, basically you start out and you are in Belle's cottage, and you're going through the magic mirror to get to Beast's castle, and you're gonna meet up with Belle and tell us read a story, and it's gonna be the story of Beauty and the Beast. So the first room, we go through the magic mirror, and then the next room has like the giant wardrobe thing, and she is like talking to you, whatever, and the cast members pick different people from the audience, mainly little kids, but they did pick 2 like older women to play the guards, not older women, but like adults, and then kids to play everything else, which was like Mrs. Potts, Chip, the plates, all the different characters, and it was so cute. And then we went in to the big room, Belle came in, and we told the story of Beauty and the Beast, and then all the kids got to do like a little photo op with her, and it was just really like precious. And there was one little girl who ended up playing Mrs. Potts, and she had gone to the Bibbidi Boppidi Boutique. If you aren't familiar with the Bibbidi Boppidi Boutique, basically it is a like salon that you can take your prince or princess to, and they can get a royal makeover, and it's adorable. It's just so cute, simply. And the little gal was, first off, they were like from the UK. She had like a little British accent. It was so funny and so cute. But basically the Bibbidi Boppidi Boutique, you will get like a little makeover, get your hair done, your nails done, your makeup done, get depending on which package you get, like a different level of like a dress. She had like a fancy schmancy dress on. It was so pretty, but she was dressed up like Belle, so it was just so cute. It was all just so precious and adorable. Basically just 10 out of 10 on the cuteness scale in this situation. Yeah, so we did Enchanted Tales with Belle, and then this day was the day of our Ohana reservation. Ohana is delicious. It is one of the like most difficult reservations to get at Disney World. And our reservation time was like a super stupid time of the day. It was at like 3:35 for dinner, and that's like when dinner starts. They do like breakfast and then they have dinner. But yeah, like I am fully aware that that's kind of like a silly time to go for dinner, but that's when our reservation was, and I booked it when I was able to get it, and I was like, okay, I will keep like checking up. I kept checking up until the day prior, and not one single dinner reservation for a different time came up in the months of me looking. That's how like difficult it is. You can sign up for it's called like Mouse Finder, which I have used before, and you pay like a certain amount and per like each thing you want notifications, and you will get like an email or a text whenever a reservation opens up, and that's really useful if you're trying to get a certain time. The time didn't super matter to us. So we were completely fine with the silly time, and we were starving, so it worked for us. But we went to Ohana, which is, it's like a lot of Asian food. You get like dumplings, like noodles, there was vegetables, salad, there's like this pineapple coconut bread. Oh, there's these like ginger chicken wings, there's some sort of other chicken, there's shrimp, there's beef, and it's all you care to enjoy. And this is when the other situation happened. Like, this is an expensive dinner, okay? Like, expensive for me at least, like over $100 for the two of us. And there's this family with these kids, which is fine, it's Disney, I expect there to be children, I'm not like upset about that, but like me and Haley are eating dinner and the two little girls are like running around dancing, and like that's fine, that's cute, thought it was adorable, until they literally were like touching Haley. They were like touching our table while we're trying to eat, and it was just like not the vibe, if I'm being honest. And I'm sorry if that comes off as like not being nice. Like, I understand kids will be kids, but like I just don't feel like they need to be like touching my table. Maybe that's just me. But we did that, and we went back to the Magic Kingdom, and basically this is where my like thought process of, I think that pretty much just like everybody was at the Magic Kingdom. Like, even when we paid for the Lightning Lane multi-pass, I think is what it's called these days, we like paid for that, and still like the next available Lightning Lane like that we could schedule was not until, mind you, it's like 5 o'clock now, not until like 7 p.m. So we were just like kind of over it at that point. Not like over it, but we're like, we both had a flight at 6:20 in the morning, so we had to get up at 3 a.m. to get our Uber for 3:45, and we still had to pack. So I said to Haley, I was like, I obviously like don't really care, because I am gonna be back here, and I have annual pass, so I didn't like pay for like my park tickets. And she's like, well, I got all of mine as Christmas gifts, so I technically didn't pay for it either. And so I was like, okay, if you want to just go back to the hotel and hang out, we can do that. And she was like, yeah, I think that's for the best. As we were walking out, the time to meet the main man himself, Mickey Mouse, dropped to 15 minutes, and I think we maybe waited 10 minutes. So we were like, well, let's go meet Mickey. Like, I feel like we've got to meet that main mouse in charge, thank him for having us, and, you know, the whole nine. So we went and met Mickey Mouse before we headed out. We told him we had a lovely time and that we'll be back and to have a great night, and it was so fun. And then we just went back to our room and we packed and we read, and I literally didn't eat again. Like, I ate Ohana at 3:35 and I was like good for the rest of the day, like so full. So full, because it was just so yummy and I ate so much food. But it was great, and yeah, absolutely had such a good time, honestly. And then in the morning, we had a 3 a.m. wake up. We got our Uber, which Haley was very stressed out about because we had to be dropped off for separate terminals. And we were dropping her off first, so I was going to be alone in the Uber, which, like, honestly, I wasn't, like, thrilled about either. Like, I don't feel overly, like, comfortable with that, but the options were limited. So we get in the car, and she was originally not worried because originally we were assigned a female Uber driver, and then it got switched to a dude Uber driver, and then that kind of put her on edge. But whenever we got in the car, he seemed like he did not give off. I feel like, at least for me, and I feel like most like people that I know that identify as female can just kind of like tell when the vibes are bad. And the vibes felt fine. He felt totally normal. So we felt perfectly okay. And so I got dropped off, and it was very sad saying bye to my sister. It's one of those things where, like, I'm always missing my sister. Like, we're very close. We, like, always kind of have been. We actually hated each other for a while as kids, but, you know, that's just, like, kids being kids. but we are very close, and I feel like it's like one of the hardest things about having moved is like not being near her. And like I'm always missing her, but I almost feel like seeing her reminded me just how much I like, I don't want to talk about it, I'm gonna cry, how much I genuinely miss her. I also got my period on this trip, which was gross. But we also saw the Muppets show. I don't know if I mentioned that, but that is leaving. So I wanted to see that one last time. I don't know when it's closing, but we did go see that. But yeah, so I had to say goodbye to my sister, which I hated. It was very sad and depressing and not happy vibes. We also went on the Little Mermaid ride. I didn't mark it, but we did do that. And yeah, so we said goodbye. I flew home. I had like the world's longest layover. And then on my airplane, hold on, I'm gonna get cut off. I thought that I hit the jackpot. So I had like a 4.5 hour layover. That was not the jackpot because that was, ugh, gross. But when I get on the airplane, there's like a guy who doesn't say a peep to me. Even when he like wants to get to his seat, he just like looks at me and pointed to the seat, indicating that I needed to get up so he could get in his seat. Okay? So I'm like, oh hell yeah, not gonna talk to me because I am not a talk to strangers type of gal. I'm just not. It's just not my personality. So I was like, thank the Lord, love this, thrilled. Very excited to not chat with this guy. And that stayed true. He didn't talk to me, and there was nobody in the middle. So I'm like, oh my God, this is great. Little did I know that across the aisle was this like freaking mega nerd guy and then this like other guy, and the not mega nerd, the other guy, just kept like bringing me into the conversation, and I'm just like, my guy, I don't want to talk to you. So they were chatters and it was really annoying and I hated it. And then whenever Chris picked me up at the airport. Oh my God, now my camera's gonna die. This is so annoying. I'm so close to being done. Hold on. If anything looks different, it's obviously because I had to change my battery. Now I need chapstick and I don't know where she is. Okay. So, Chris picked me up from the airport and now we're like literally at the point in which I am laying down the stickers perfectly. Basically, we went out to dinner for a little date night. Because why not? Why the hell not? And then I did, in fact, just pass out. I literally slept for like 13 hours because this was the point in which I was starting to not feel stellar. I was like, oh no, I may be getting sick. I'm not feeling great. So I literally came home and I thought that like I was fine and that it was just like from being in like the dry air, because I just felt like dry and like my nose was runny. But now I'm like, no, I'm definitely actually sick. But went and got Mexican food for dinner and then I PTFO. And then I slept on in because clearly that's what the energy we were going for this day was sleeping in. And I got McDonald's, I guess. This was like a couple of days ago, I'm gonna be honest, and I don't have any memories of going to McDonald's, but evidently I did, so we'll mark that. Sleeping and McDonald's, I guess. What did I? Oh wait, no, I do remember going because Chris was on his diet and I was like, I want McDonald's because I don't feel good. And he was like, well, I want McDonald's too. And I was like, but you're on a diet. And he was like, yeah, but like, I want McDonald's. And I was like, whatever. So we got McDonald's and he was like, surprise me. And I just got him chicken nugget meal because I was getting a chicken nugget meal so we could match. Sleep in, Mickey D's. Then I had a just lazy ass day, you know. Sometimes that's just how it operates. And then And then I read all of Late Bloomer this day, which the book was so cute, and watched some of The Traitors. And that's really all she wrote. Perfect. Get all the nonsense out the way. Okay. So, use this for Lazy Day. We will use the Stormtrooper for The Traitors. Why not? That's kind of cute. And then I'll grab something book related for reading. The dark colors for this. Spread. Pop this in. Grab a read. A Lazy Day. And The Traitors. And that's everything, guys. That is the whole Kit Kat and Caboodle. We did it. We filmed my Disney spread. I hope you guys liked this. If you did, let me know down below and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.